Hey guys, Rochelle here with Amethyst Ascension. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are returning, thank you so much for joining me again. So today I'm going to be doing the second video in the chakra series that I'm going to be doing, or that I am doing. Today we're going to be doing the sacral energy spread, and that is also from my Love of Spreads Oracle deck. Sorry, I have the light off so that you can see that. I'll show that in a minute. But I have already created my page. And to show you how I finished the last page, this is how these were my cards. I did end up going and taking individual pictures like I said I probably would. And then putting them on the backdrop. And then did my write-up and put in some other, like accessories. So I will probably end up tweaking it, but this time I will try to take a picture and put it into the video so that you can see how I end up with, what my journal looks like, my journal page when I'm done. Okay? Let me take a sip of my cappuccino. Oh, that's so good. So, first, let me turn this light on. Let me move this aside. And I'll show you that's the card. So, I don't really need the card out because I've already transferred it over onto my my spread. I like putting my spreads on my actual pages so that when I'm going back referring to it, the second time that I'm referring to it, or third time or whatever, because that's one of the reasons I like making my journal so beautiful, is I am more apt to go back and look at my previous work because I love how beautiful it is. It's inspiring. And then I can also look back and see, okay, that's kind of like what was in, my mindset. That was my mindset at that time. Doesn't mean I'm going to feel that same way, a year from now or a month from now or tomorrow, So I have decided, before I do that, I want to show you something that came in a few days ago. And I got these from one of my besties, Summer, over at Amethyst Ascension. She is a polymer clay artist. And I got a couple more pieces. I have a lot of pieces. I should do a video, gather up all my pieces. Some are downstairs, so I have to wait till I'm better. But gather up all my pieces and show you all the stuff that I have purchased from Summer. But it's a little witch's hat. And I think it is so cute. And it can be a card stand. See? So I got that, and I got a witch. Little witchy goddess. Isn't she beautiful? There was another one I really wanted. She was in like a light pink, like that light pink with the black. She looks so good, but of course she sold out really fast. That's how it goes with Summer's items. If you don't get them fast, if they go fast. People just love her work. And I really wanted to showcase some of her stuff because you know that she is partially blind. She has very limited eyesight, and she makes these items. And I'm telling you, it's like I've talked to her many times about this. It's like she is breathing life into these creatures. If you've seen some of her big dolls that she makes, oh my gosh, they're just incredible. And then, she's known for being like very fairy oriented, and she is. I swear she is fairy. She's so tiny. When she came to visit me, she was so tiny, huge in spirit, but tiny in stature. But it's like she sees these in her mind's eye and creates them. She's not using her eyes when she sculpts these. She is, but she isn't. because that's very limited. And it just goes to show the spirit of a person that is disabled and what they can truly do, right? So it just amazes me, and I love buying her stuff whenever I can. And if you're not subscribed, I highly recommend subscribing. I will put her channel down below, and her group that on Facebook. That's where she sells a lot of her stuff when she's not doing like actual shows, in-person shows. So, and she has a website, so I'll put that information. But I wanted to share these. They're so adorable. Are those not the most beautiful thing ever? So I wanted to share a little bit of my goodness from my friend. Okay, so if you hadn't gathered, I'm going to be using the second edition of the Tarot of Aphrodite for this particular spread. And I will, just like in the first spread, the root chakra, the root chakra energy spread, or the root energy spread, I'm going to be putting all of the prompts, the questions, down below in the description if you would like to also follow along. And this will probably be hashtag Sacral Energy Spread and hashtag Tarot Readings. Okay? So, let me just shuffle this up really good. Ooh, the Fates. God, I love that card. And you know what? When I showed this, I think this pink is a little bit different than the first one. This is more of a pinky gilding. And I like this gilding better. It's just a little bit different than the first edition. And I didn't realize it until I watched the video back, and I'm like, well, wait a minute. Those are a little bit different. So this is a 5-card spread. All right. And the first question is, how balanced is my sacral chakra? How balanced is my sacral chakra? This is a little bit thicker. We'll use this one. I'd say that's pretty good. 6 of Wands. I think so. See, with 6 of Wands, I think that my sacral chakra is pretty balanced. However, it's not as balanced as it could be. It's not the, I can recognize where I've come and appreciate my achievements, be recognized for my achievements. However, the race is not run. I think that when we're dealing with our chakras, it's something that it's an ongoing thing, just like shadow work, or just like when I've mentioned awakening. I don't think that it's just a one and done kind of thing. Oh, my chakra is balanced. No. Maybe right now it's pretty good, but that doesn't mean that there's not something that could set it off, or it's just a work in progress, right? That's the way I see that kind of stuff. Working on yourself is always like a work in progress. So the second question is, how do I feel about my relationships? How do I feel about my relationships? How do I feel? All right, we'll take this one. 7 of Coins. Yeah, I feel like that's also a work in progress. Maybe sometimes they're not always. And see, this is kind of difficult because not all relationships are the same. So I would say that I plant the seed in curating a good relationship with different people, but I also know when to harvest or complete it, and when to nourish it, when to put more fertilizer on it. You know what I mean? That's what I think that's saying, more or less. How do I feel about my creativity? And when I'm asking these kind of questions, like how do I feel about something? How do I feel about something? it's because I think it's not just asking like the surface. It's like going deeper, you know, actually asking like my higher self, not me, not this incarnation, but my actual higher self. And the cards help me ask my higher self what is truly like, you know, how my higher self feels about these things. So let me go back. How do I feel about my creativity? How do I feel about my creativity? How do I feel about my creativity? All right, we'll take the top one. Oh, yeah. I mean, that is true right now because, you know, I feel very limited in what I can do right now. And, I mean, all last month, I can't get into my witchy room. I can't really, you know, if I keep my foot down for too long, it just starts to bother me. So I'm very limited. So I feel like I am losing out a little bit, or lack mentality, because I see the Five of Coins as a lack mentality. So I do have a lack mentality right now of what's going on physically, which is, you know, limiting my ability to be creative in the way that I would truly want to be without discomfort and pain and limitations, mobility limitations. So, how do I feel about my sexuality? How do I feel about my sexuality? How do I feel about my sexuality? All right, I'll take the top one. I think my sexuality, how I feel about my sexuality is strong. I think it always really has been since I met my husband, because he just truly makes me feel beautiful and wanted. And, you know, even now, I mean, he takes care of me so selflessly, or yes, he's so selfless when it comes to me. He always has been, you know. So as far as joining in with sisterhood, I think also when it comes to sexuality, I see sometimes really just physically beautiful, emotionally beautiful as well, you know, just kindness and everything. But when I see somebody that is physically beautiful, and especially when they're on like YouTube or something like that, and they don't ever get the views and they don't get the likes, I feel like it's because there are people that are jealous of that. But I want to, I don't know. I mean, when someone, whether it is male or female, usually female, I think that, you know, them expressing themselves and wearing what they want and taking care of themselves and putting on nail polish if they want to put on nail polish, and, you know, finding the right perfume for them, and just putting on makeup before they decide to do a video, or not putting on makeup, whatever they decide to do. I think that is a beautiful thing. And I have never been one of those people that is insecure around other beautiful people. I want to have other, you know, beautiful people around me, because I feel like sometimes they just get overlooked because of jealousy and envy, and you know, I've been reminded in the past that just because somebody else finds somebody else beautiful doesn't mean that they themselves feel beautiful. So I try to lift up, and because, you know, because going off from what I was saying here. You know, it's the ADHD moment. But I have also heard where some women, they get themselves dressed up, or men, I don't know if men do this, but I've heard women say that then when they go into like a party or whatever, they'll assess who else is in at the party and who looks the best and whether or not they compare and shit like that. I don't do that. I've never done that. Maybe because I never thought that I was physically beautiful in that regards. But I would befriend those kind of people because I feel like the reason why people do that is because they're insecure. Right? I think. I don't know. I'm just spewing off words here now. Maybe I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Who knows? But I can appreciate beauty in all forms. Right? And I'm not... I don't feel bad around other people, other women that are beautiful or more physically beautiful than I am, because beauty's in the eye of the beholder, you know. And when I was younger, I definitely felt like I had issues with that. But after I got with my husband and the way that he makes me feel about myself, I think my sexuality, the way I feel about my sexuality is strong. It's good. It's healthy. So, 5. How can I balance my emotions better? How can I balance my emotions better? Just by really sitting with my thoughts, my memories, and past interactions that I've had, and how did that turn out for me, and just really being a, I guess, charitable person. I think one of the ways that I've always felt like I was helping myself emotionally was by helping other people. I have been a people pleaser. I try not to be that person anymore, but I have most definitely been a people pleaser in my life. And I think that they say, you know, it's, if you take yourself out of the equation and you're helping somebody else, that you don't always emotionally, it helps you become more balanced. So like when you put into perspective, you know, like right now with being, you know, with my limitations, and I hate to keep on bringing this up, but these are the things that I'm dealing with right now in my life that are making a huge impact on my life. So of course they're going to come up when I'm doing tarot readings, right? But the limitation that I have right now with the mobility and being completely independent and being able to do the things that I need to do, like even just feeding myself, right? In my home, I've got a little area, granted, I've got a little knee scooter, which has been a miracle lifesaver for me. It's fabulous. But there's still issues with like a tight refrigerator, being able to maneuver in there in order to get in there. And then how do I maneuver a knee scooter and carry my food, you know, or carry a full glass of something? You know, I'm learning how to maneuver around it, but it really, really, instead of feeling sorry for myself, because it's so easy to feel just depleted and defeated when you go through situations like this. I watch other people that have disabilities, and I see people that have lost their limbs. I mean, they're not getting the hope of, you know, it healing. They lost it, and they're still just getting on with it. You know, the human spirit is a beautiful thing. So one of the ways that it helps me balance is by seeing others that are inspiring, and you know, they don't have a hand, or limited eyesight, or they're blind, or they don't have, you know, hearing, and they sign, or oh, they don't walk and they're permanently in wheelchairs and stuff. It just really makes me grateful for my situation, because it can always be worse. But it also shows me the spirit of humanity and what we have the ability to overcome. And that helps me stay grounded. So, all right, enough with that. I'm going to take these pictures really quick. I'm just going to move this camera out of the way. I'm going to take my pictures, and then I'm going to get them into my journal so that you can see, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I think I'm pretty much done here. I might put a little key down here, a little gold key or something. I don't know, we'll see. Because as it is, I think it's beautiful as it is. This is where, and in this font, where I'll start writing all of my notes. Another thing that I just absolutely love about digital journaling is that I can blow it up. Like if I want to see the details in those cards. Sorry, I had to blow a hair off there, but look I can get these cards so much bigger. And if I were to turn it this way, I could literally fill up my screen with a card and really get detail, right? I mean, look at. But that's what I ended up with my spread. So if anyone would like to join in on this, I'm probably also going to put hashtag Sacral Energy Spread. I'm probably going to change that because I really like this one, and I'll probably make it much larger. And I'll also probably put, like, along here, Tarot of Aphrodite 2nd edition. And on this one, I'll end up putting the Baroque Tarot here. And probably down here, maybe in white, or along here, say that it was the, you know, root chakra, root energy spread, or whatever hashtag I used for that one. So there you go. I hope you have enjoyed this, and yet I will be coming back with a third one for the solar plexus chakra spread, and or solar plexus energy spread. And thank you for spending this time with me, and I am sending you love always.